Good evening, ladies as well as gentlemen. Papa Boris here, playing some more Pathfinder adventures. If you're like, Pathfinder, what? Yeah, it took a long time for Obsidian to release the fourth adventure, or the fourth chapter of the six. It was funny because on the Reddit Ask Me Anything that they had way back in like March, they were like, oh, it's gonna be about like weeks between adventures. Yeah, so Adventure 3 came out in May. It is, I don't know if you've noticed, this October, so we had a solid 4 calendar months between adventures. But anyway, let's not let it look a gift horse in the mouth. I don't remember anything. I don't remember what rolls I took. I don't remember what cards are in my deck, but we are going into the mountains, boys. And it's time to. Actually, I haven't even run this app since I patched this, so I'm hoping I didn't like lose any of my characters. All right, great. Yeah, let's take a look at the settings. Apparently, there's some horrible new interface, so we want to make sure that we do not use the phone version of it. It looks, however, like tablet is selected. That's great. And I got a bunch of treasure chests, so we will be seeing some treasure cards in story mode, which is nice. All the stuff is off, sound is off. Okay, I think we're pretty good here with that stuff. So yeah, let's go ahead and start the first adventure. And I'm not even going to pretend that I know all the stuff in this adventure. I definitely had played through all the other stuff before making videos of it. This is just, I just downloaded the adventure, updated my Pathfinder Adventures game, and we're back. Well, let's read some dialogue. Okay, cool. Life was getting dull without you. We must make the town ready. Stone giants from the Storval Plateau are planning. I swear, this barbarian sounds more like a steel-clad paladin than, a wild savage from the wastes. Anyway, some stone giants are coming. Aye. What barbarian? Aye, and they've brought a dragon. Okay, well, anyway, let's go ahead and, yeah, as easy as Black Fang. Nice try, bud. So, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and defend the city from the attack of the giants. Alright, in this scenario, there is only 25 cards in the Blessings deck as opposed to the usual 30. And at the beginning of each turn, you do get a little bit of help. So any boon that you find using this power is banished, which might seem like a bad thing. It's like, oh no, I'm losing my boons, but it's actually a good thing because essentially every single time this happens, it's like you get a free exploration. So hopefully, we'll find at least 5 boons through this randomly revealing the top card of an open location thing, and then once 5 have been banished, it's as if we had a normal blessing start. So basically, it may seem like this scenario's special rule is to reduce how much time you have, but that's not really it. It's more like you have the same amount of time as always, or even more time, but you have a much harder time. You're not going to find any boons to help you during the scenario. You're going to be fighting lots of monsters. So anyway, the villain is this dude, just a big fat beefcake of a dragon with 2 huge combat checks, and it's got the usual thing that all giants have. And then on top of that, he deals some damage to at the start, although just like Black Fang and some other things, it might be 0 if you're lucky. Okay, let's take a look at the henchmen. So there's this dragon. This thing is like almost harder than the villain because you're taking 1 fire damage from it no matter what, and it's an acrobatics or dexterity 9 check, which is no small laughing matter to avoid it, in which case you might take up to 4 fire damage. And that's pretty rough. Plus, it's actually every character at the location, so this henchman alone makes it so that you don't really want to pair up as much as you might normally. And by the way, if you're wondering, this is not like the end. This sort of thing where it's like, make an impossible acrobatics check. If you succeed, take damage. If you fail, take even more damage. This is not the end. That's just the beginning. That's kind of like a running theme with henchmen and villains in this campaign. And then the rest of these are just regular old fatty cake giants. So it'd be nice if I never even had to fight that dragon. It's certainly possible. It's just 1 henchman out of 7, but anyway, it's definitely a possibility. Let's take a look at the locations here. I'm seeing some new stuff already. So this thing, I don't actually know what that is. So when you encounter a monster before you act, oh Jesus, buttermilk pancake Christ. Wow, that's awful. So this is probably goodness. Let's see. I have Harsk. Harsk and you shall receive. He's okay when it comes to dexterity, because obviously all of his skill feats have gone into dexterity. So, oh man, hang on, I just realized, okay, I'm just pointing at stuff with my mouse, and it's definitely There it is. Okay, I need to make sure. I'm sorry if I had so far ever said this thing and you didn't know what I was talking about. It's because I hadn't clicked onto the window, maybe. So yeah, there we go. Now we got the cursor going. We're firing all cylinders here, kiddies. So anyway, this guy Harsk, he does have 4 skill feats in dexterity, but he's still, in order to make an acrobatics 8 check or dexterity 8 check, needs to roll a 4 on a d8, which is more likely than not, but not guaranteed. The best person, honestly, is probably Linny, just because she has that, D4 plus 2 bonus to all of her checks. So she's rolling a D6 plus a D4 plus 2. Is that more likely than a single D8? That's gotta be, right? D8 is a 4.5. D6 plus a D4, that's a 5. No, that's a 6 with lower variance. So yeah, she might actually be the best at that, but I think I'm going to just ignore that place because it seems so awful. There's not like anything good for going there. All right, then we got the manor. When you encounter a boon, bury a boon or banish the card you encountered. Not a big deal since boons are getting banished regardless. And then this is a charisma check. So the best person for that would again be my gnome or the paladin, who has a D10 plus a D6 for any check, or for the charisma checks. Then you get some items. That's actually not really enough to make me want to go there because it's such a bad place. There's nothing good in there particularly. And none of my characters are well suited to it. Both charisma monkeys are in my other party. Then we got the beloved waterfront, which just always blows. I think I'm gonna send. Actually, no, I don't think I can send Ezra in there. There's got to be a place with spells, right? Yeah, there's a bunch of places with spells. Let's go ahead and put Ezra over here in the old light. He's good at closing that. So who's going to the waterfront? If I'm ignoring the other locations, somebody's got to go here. It just sucks, the closing location, making everybody lose a card. It's just a big old pain in the ass. All right, we'll come back to that. This place is pretty good. You can discard cards to explore, so that would be nice. Who wants to discard cards to explore? Linny doesn't really usually, because a lot of her cards explore anyway. It could be the rogue, could be the paladin. There are some spells here, so why don't we send the paladin? She has a slightly higher chance of picking up some spells. There's a bunch of blessings here, so I'm not going to think too much about it. We're just going to go ahead and put Linny there, keeping in mind that I have to save blessings to close the location. This place is very straightforward. We'll just put the barbarian there, and then we got a dexterity check here. Oh, wait a minute. I do have a dexterity monkey. Oh, my God. I totally forgot. I have the rogue. Oh, God. How long have I been talking like a total idiot? The thing is, even, let's see, she has to roll higher than a 1 on a d12, so she's actually pretty likely to make it. I mean, the bridge is just better because she's guaranteed to close that place. She can go to the courtyard next time. So where do I put this damn dwarf? You know what? I think he has a crown of charisma. I don't remember. We can look at the dex, but we're just going to wing it. If he picks up a crown of charisma, we'll send him over to the manor. Otherwise, I'm going to put him on the waterfront and just have him suck it up. And I am just going to split everybody up because, well, I don't have any of the same location bonus characters. Valeros and Lem are both in the other party, so with them gone, I'm perfectly happy to spread everybody out. That's what you want to do for 6 players anyhow. This order seems fine. And, oh yeah, it's starting to come back to me. I want to put the barbarian in the same location as the paladin to hand off weapons if needed. Right. Totally forgot about that. Okay, let's do this thing. So it's an enchanter. Oh, crap. So it gets shuffled back into the deck. So now we know there's an enchanter in there. And unfortunately, Amiri, let's take a quick look at her stats. She is going to get this thing, this thick skin, after this scenario, actually, which will allow her to ignore all damage by 1. Will reduce all incoming damage by 1. Unfortunately, she doesn't have that yet, and the first part of it is just combat damage, so she is going to get whacked by that enchantress. There's a 50-50 chance the henchman is above the enchanter. I'm just going to take my chances. Death Web. Sounds like that movie Deathbed, the bed that eats, where it's the bed that eats people. Anyway, damn. So this thing also deals damage at the beginning, and unfortunately, I am again 1 power feet away from actually being able to ignore that damage. So we're going to go ahead and discard... Wait. Deals 1 point... Oh, hey, sweet! No, I'm wrong. It's 1 point of combat damage. I thought it was poison damage, but the poison damage is if it's undefeated. Aha! So it's combat damage before you act, and Amiri the Juggernaut ignores it. All right, that roll card already coming into play. Fan fiddly 2-stick. So let's go ahead and reveal this icy spear. I gotta think about my life here. So I can, of course, discard the spear if I fail this check. I would need to roll a 10 on those sticks, which is a little bit high. I could recharge some of these blessings as Harsk. Yeah, I don't think we're really gonna need the charisma blessing at the moment, so we'll do this, and then we'll chuck the spear as a Miri if needed. I don't want to rage yet because I got some cards here that I could spend for exploration. Okay, barely made it. Harsk, I think, actually made a difference with that. Let's go ahead and discard this because I don't need him to close the location. Hoping I just don't find the enchanter. This is one of those treasure cards. So I know for those of you who are purists, this is not 100% like the real physical game, but I spent all my gold on treasure chests. So what is this? Discard this card to recharge a card that has the animal trait from your discard pile. This thing is total junk. I honestly should just salvage this card because I don't ever even want to find this thing. It's so bad. Okay, yeah, well, we'll roll for it because if I pick it up, I can use it to rage against the machine. And am I going to discard another blessing to keep going? I think I shall. Let's keep it up. Longtooth. Oh, buttermilk pancake, Christ. So now I've got a bit of a tough pickle here because if I actually, well, I'm currently set to fail the check. If I fail the check, I'm going to discard my whole hand. If I roll a 4 on a d4. If I don't roll a 4 on a d4, it's not a big deal because I can definitely take this thing out. The question is, how much should I bother trying? So what do we got? We got agility here. All right, F it. We're going to do it. I don't want to take a 1 in 4 shot of fighting this thing empty-handed. I can still kill it, by the way, because I've got a d12 plus 4, and then Harsk can shoot an arrow and all that. But let's just use my resources. So here we go. We got some agility. Now, does anybody have a non-combat dexterity? Nope. And nope. And nope. Combat dexterity is all I got. I don't have any blessings of Aurori, which is the current blessing. It would have gotten recharged, but alas. So I think Sela will use a wisdom blessing. I don't think there's any wisdom stuff here. So I gotta roll a 6 on 2d6. If I fail this, it's annoying because I spent some more resources, but I really don't want to fail it. So we're just gonna use up all these blessings of Shellen. It's fine, and just roll 3d6 to hit a 6 is much better. Well, there's a 1 in 3 chance that I would have failed had I not spent that extra blessing. So I only take 1 damage, which, by the way, I would have ignored in its totality if I had my second power field already. And we gotta actually fight this thing. Okay, so let's take a quick look here. I gotta roll an 8 on those 2 dice. I could discard the spear if I fail to roll again. My expected roll is 6.5 plus 4.5, which is 11, which is not that much higher than 8. So I think Harsk will recharge another one of his blessings. Here, let's get rid of one of these Aristols. We seem to have a lot of those to improve our odds significantly. And, well, we would have got it regardless, but that's all good. So let's close the location. We're fighting a bandit henchman. Let's recharge these damn Aristols. Now, in the physical game, this bandit would just be an 8, so it'd be an auto-succeed. Here in the digital game, one thing I really like is that now bandits get +1 difficulty per chapter of the story. So we're an adventure deck 4, so they're getting a +4, which I think is just nice to make it a bit harder. It's still pretty easy to get a 5 on these 2 dice, especially since I have a discard. So I'm just going to go ahead and roll and not play any more resources there. Okay, so that was a pretty good first turn. We actually got lucky. The scenario power shuffled away an enchantress, so we didn't have to fight her and take 2 damage. And I did spend some resources there, but I closed the location in 1 turn, which is pretty good. Now, what I want to know is, am I going to get to use Ezran's power for agility? Because that's one thing that's been a really annoying bug since the beginning of the game, is that if you use these display spells, that a lot of times doesn't let you use your power. Does Ezran get to... Okay, do I want to end of turn somewhere? Oh, goodness. I really should. It's the proper thing to do, so I'm ready to close the location, but she can't really close any of the other locations anyway, and there's no reason for her to be next to somebody, so we'll just end here. And Ezran! Hey, okay, I think this is actually maybe going to work. Yes, there it is. I can actually look at my next card, which is Scorching Ray, Fan Fiddly 2-stick. That's great. It even works with the location I'm at, where add 1d6 to the checks that have the fire trait. That's nice. Wouldn't have had that card if I had not played agility there. Alright, he gets another weapon. That's fantastic. Alright, so Sela here. Let's take a look at what's on top here. Battle Axe. Okay, so that goes to the bottom. That's not a choice. She has to. You know what? I messed up. So here's the thing. I have a choice of whether to use her ability first or the scenario ability first. And you should clearly use the scenario ability first, because if this turns up a monster, then the deck's going to get shuffled so that I lose that extra exploration. See what happens here? We found a monster, so basically now it gets shuffled in. Whereas if I had done it first, even if I'd found a monster, then at least I would have gotten to do my thing after the shuffle. So, what? Oh, that's a bug. This battle axe should definitely not be on the bottom of the deck because I put it there first. Alright, it's the second character's turn in the new patch, and there's already a bug. Alright, let's keep on going. Hello? Hello? Can I... what the hell is this? Bury 1. Why am I burying a card? Oh, wait, no. That's her new roll card power. I don't want to... That's the healing card. Yeah, right. I was wondering what this new icon was. That's her roll card power, which you can bury a card to cast a heal, but I don't need a heal right now, obviously. Bunyip! Everybody's favorite. Yeah, this is fine. We'll increase our check difficulty. Almost made it. Alright, so let's whip out the flaming mace here. This is all but guaranteed. So let's kill this Bunyip. And I think it's tempting to discard that breastplate to keep exploring. There is the villain who deals combat damage at the beginning of a fight, but I'm not that likely to find the villain. I think it's worth it to just discard this and keep going. Oh, okay, cool. Well, that just happened. Yeah, well, I'll try to fix this and see you again soon. Bye, everybody. Okay, that was weird. So I guess my laptop's battery just died. Even though I had it plugged in and charging, I guess this game uses so much energy that it lowers battery life even when you have it plugged in. Anywho, we're going to go ahead and discard and explore again. Ah, the Siren. Always a classic. And you know what I just did? I just got rid of all my blessings of Shellin. So, good job, me. Let's go ahead and use another blessing of Shellin because I apparently have an endless supply of these things. And I'm gonna go ahead and also have Sela. Man, I wish they made this clickable. Anyway, I'm gonna have Sela go ahead and use her hero power to get that extra D6, just to really make sure I get this, because it's a really bad blow if you end up having to take damage from that Siren. I'm gonna keep going. I think Blessing of Torag. I shouldn't need non-combat strength checks. Ooh, a fox. This is a treasure chest card. It's gosh. To D4 any intelligence or wisdom check, I guess that can be alright. I guess I'll keep it in. It's probably better than some of the animals that Linny otherwise runs around with. I don't know. But I'm not going to work hard to pick it up. I mean, I could throw another D6 on here and then explore with it. Is that worth it? Let's see. 4.5 plus 3.5 is 8. So I'd have a slightly above average chance. You know what? The cost of this is small enough that I'm willing to just do it. Even though I'm not actually that likely to pull it off. Anybody got some kind of free help for me here? No, just blessings. Just blessings. Okay, so we'll just roll, see if we get lucky. We did, actually. That D6 made the difference. All right, sweet. Well, in that case, we will discard it to keep going here through this town square. This is just crap-a-doodle-dingleberry. I wish this were a treasure card so I could permanently delete it from the game. All right, I think, let me see. Does she have cures? She has a major cure. Yeah, whatever, screw it. I'm gonna, oh, wait a minute, hold up. The closing location is banish a card, so I think playing a blessing here would be a mistake since then I had to banish my flaming mace +1. That's clearly not good. Alright, we're gonna end it there then. Wait a minute, hang on. Should I use her healing ability? I could bury that blessing of the gods to heal up my discard pile, which has a bunch of blessings and an armor. Is that worth it? No, I'm not gonna do it. I will, however, use her scouting ability. I'm hoping to find... Oh, goodness. Well, so, okay, if this location gets chosen by the start of turn scenario power, sometime in the next 6 turns, the whole deck's going to get shuffled. But if miraculously that doesn't happen, someone else is going to need to come over here because this thing is obviously terrible for Sela with her D4 and dexterity. Maybe the rogue should get in there. Yeah, if that does... You know what? Maybe I'll have the rogue come on in if it doesn't trigger on that location. Alright, so magic studded leather armor gets banished. It's not that helpful. Ezrin might have been able to pick that up and get an extra exploration with it. Although it's actually good because now when I cast Augury on this place, I'm more likely to find monsters. Wait, no, I'm in a different place. It was some other place that had the... Yeah, God, this scenario rule is kind of tricky. Yeah, it's randomly choose an open location, so it could be... Oh, it could be any location. Oh, wait a minute, I messed up my commentary. Okay, so when Sela scouted her location, and then that boon that she put on the bottom didn't get shuffled in, it's because it was a different location that had been shown. Oh, anyway, let's go ahead and augury here regardless. See if we can find any monsters. Nope. Well, we got one. Stride is junk. That would have been just a free exploration because it's an auto pickup. But hey, still, it's a free extra explore. However, if the old light ever gets targeted by the scenario power, that monster could get shuffled away. Yeah, this scenario, and on top of what I mentioned earlier about, it being harder to get boons in it, the other issue with it is this thing about how all these augury type effects aren't as effective because they can always get shuffled in. All right, here's the Stride. It's a pretty janky spell, but I do get a free explore out of it, so it's fine. Tickwood Boar. Yeah, why don't we kill this? That's fine. I can handle a combat 10 check, I do believe. So here might be the time to use this Wand of Scorching Ray, because this thing's a pretty low combat check. Why do I even have that? I don't know why I have this wand. It's not that good. It's really not that good. Why am I using this item? Am I just, like, I don't know, it's been, like, literally, like, 4 months since I've played, so I don't remember what my deck decisions were, but I guess Ezra had no better items or something? Let's see, 5d6, we're looking at 14, 17 and a half. Yeah, that should be fine to hit at 10. I guess it's actually pretty good. Oh, there's an extra d6 because it has the fire trait. No, it's yeah, it does. Okay, it does. It has the fire trait. So that's why it's getting an extra d6 from the old light. So normally when it's only 46, it'd be 14 average. Yeah, it's pretty shitty. I should get rid of this wand. Maybe I was putting it in here because I was afraid of, like, not getting enough combat spells. I don't know. Seems lame. All right. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and discard Mr. Well, actually, Veil Temros. Hang on, it's 2d4 versus giants. The tiger is just 1d6, and the stuff is giants. The villain is a giant anyway. All right, we'll do the tiger. Keep going. Sagacity. This is the treasure chest card. I don't know it. Display this card. Oh, I see. So it's kind of like strength and agility and stuff, but for wisdom. That's pretty damn good. Oh my god. That's really good, because it helps Linny with her combat, Kira with her combat, and on top of that, wisdom is a really important check. That is an amazing card. It's definitely staying in the deck. Hey, look at this! Oh, yes! That's fan fiddly two sticks. So we're going to do the Scorching Ray to get the extra d6, and then I'm going to pop Mr. Temros to get the extra 2d4. So what I need to roll a 10 on those 6 dice. I think we're doing all right here, folks. We're gonna make it. Okay, that was actually a little close. Lots of ones there, but hey, that's why you gotta roll lots of dice, so that if you roll a bunch of ones, you're still good. Okay, this has been pretty good. I've already closed 2 locations in my first 3 actions, and Sela made some made it through 4 cards of her location. So yeah, I picked up a really good spell too. Oh, right. God damn it, this is a waste of time. I already know what it is. Got the Wand of Fair and Balanced. One of my newest and most highly prized loot items. I'm not going to use Stride yet. I don't see a point in it. And I might as well save it for when I don't know that the top card of my deck isn't a spell, because it can just be used to cycle. Alright, here's the Rogue. Charmed Red... Oh, no! Oh, I love the Charmed Red Dragon. It's one of my favorite allies. That is really just too sad. Yeah, Charmed Red Dragon, if you don't know, it is an ally that gives you +5, just not like a die roll, but just like a regular old +5, and the fire trait to anyone's combat check, and then there's a 1 in 12 chance that it's banished and breathes on everybody, breathes fire damage on everybody at your location. You roll a d12, and if it's a 1, the card is banished, and everybody takes a bunch of fire damage. So it's like a somewhat small risk of things going awry, but it's a really powerful effect. What I'm going to do here, I think, is just pop the Spyglass at this location. Ugh! That's disgusting. Okay, well, maybe we should scry that location. Linny has scrying, doesn't she? So I wanted Mauricio to go over to take out the Slashing Blade. I also want Mauricio, because she has the Crown of Charisma, to go to the location that has a Charisma requirement. In a normal scenario, I would just scry that wooden bridge without any concerns, but the problem is that the scenario power might make it all get shuffled up. All right, you know what? I'm gonna just do it. We're gonna scry, and I'm gonna scry the bridge. So if you don't know, by the way, scrying is like augury, but you can use it on any location. So since I know that the top 2 cards are monsters, we're getting 2 somewhat risky free explores. Even if this gets targeted by the scenario power, as long as it finds a boon on top and not a monster, it'll banish the card. It will not shuffle the deck. So it only goes wrong if it finds a if that location gets targeted by the scenario power and turns up a monster. So I want Mauricio to explore here, even though there's other things I would like to do with her, just because I want to make sure to close this location as fast as possible. Anyway, this is really nice. So we're gonna go ahead and recharge the dagger. And then we can recharge one of these Black Arrow Rangers for an extra D6 plus whatever. And that chain shirt. I don't know if I want to recharge it for the extra D6. The reason being that the villain and one of the henchmen do deal damage at the beginning of the encounter. So it's nice to hang on to your armor if you can. What are we looking at here? I got to get a 10 on this. So 6.5 plus 3.5 is 10. 10 plus 5 is 15. So I have an average of 15. I'm shooting for a 10, but if it does go bad, it'll be really annoying. And the place I want to go next is the Charisma location, because nobody in my party is good at Charisma, so I definitely don't want to get rid of the Crown of Charisma. Harsk, you got anything left over here? He could do it. All right, fine. We'll just recharge away. Oh my god. You've got to be kidding me. I pressed the evade button instead of pressing the backstab button, and now shit. Oh, you gotta be friggin' kidding me. There's no way to back out of this? Alright, I wanna try this, folks. I'm gonna try quitting. Oh, the button's not doing anything. You must be fucking kidding me. Well, we'll leave it on top. Wait, can I cancel it? Oh my god, it let me cancel it. Oh, whew. Okay, wow, alright, I gotta hand it to him. That was pretty decent interface design. It forced me to choose, but then it let me cancel after making the choice. Oh, brother. Okay. So anyway, this should be an auto succeed. I feel like, one thing designers could have done, I'm not saying they should have done it necessarily, but one thing they could have done, for sure, is give the same treatment to the closing locations of all the base deck spots that they did to the bandits. So for the bandit henchmen, they made it so that the bandit henchman difficulty scales with the scenario. I feel like they could have done the same thing with a lot of the closing requirements. Maybe like not with every scenario, or not with every adventure, but like half. So like if you're in adventure deck 2, it increases by 1. Once you get to 4, it increases by 2, just to make it be a little bit less auto success. But anyway, let's go ahead and see. Black Arrow Long. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh god! Oh, that's painful. Oh fuck! Oh my god! That is so good. That is the reward for beating all of Adventure Deck 3 on Legendary. It's a really good magic bow. In this game, there's not a lot of good bows. And on top of that, it's got like bonuses against giants, which have been perfect for this whole adventure. Fuck me. Well, this is a new spell here. Discard this card and add 1d4 in the acid trait to a combat check made by character location. Oh, man. So this thing is pretty weak. It's sort of like the card that gives d4 on the fire trait. So it has its uses, because eventually there will be trolls that you can only kill if your trait has the fire or acid checks, but it's just such a weak effect. I don't know what to do here, honestly, because she has no combat spells. I don't particularly want to fight anything. I don't want to get rid of my animal. I guess we're not going to need any constitution checks, so I'll explore one more time. Favor of Norgerberger. Anyway, she does not need to bury a card to auto-acquire it, because she auto-acquires it thanks to her animal. This is a treasure chest card. What do we got here? 2 dice, standing check to acquire a boon. Okay. Oh, you may play another blessing on this check. Interesting. That's very interesting. Well, I don't think I really need that, so we'll just get rid of it and explore. Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. The Ogrekin may not be evaded. That's fine. I wasn't gonna evade it anyhow. So, this is tough. Well, let's do what we can here. So we're gonna obviously play out our animal, and I guess we're gonna cast this spell. So we're looking a little bit grim here. I could discard my medallion to be throwing d10 so that blessings work better. I'll think about that. Let's see. We can do strength. And Harsk can... I hate to use his Black Arrow Ranger or his blessing. But yeah, we'll do the blessing. Just recharging it, for the sniper shot. Anybody else got anything good here? Just, yeah, there's the wand and then blessings, right? Just lots of blessings and wands. Okay, so what are we looking at here? I need to roll a 6 on 4d4. Um, let's see. So that's an average of 10, so it's a little bit dicey, although because I'm rolling 4 dice, the variance is a little bit low. I'm going to save my blessing, and I'm just going to roll this. I can use the Sahedron Medallion to block the damage, if necessary. Okay, that was a little close, but again, 4d4 is a relatively low variance roll, so I don't know. I feel like that was an okay risk to take. Hanging on to my blessing and my medallion. Alright, so... Oh, hey, if you defeat a monster, you may add a blessing from your discard pile to your hand. Really? Okay, cool. Alright, sweet. So, yeah, I guess we'll get one of these. Doesn't matter which one. Should I just keep exploring? Yeah, I'm gonna keep exploring. This place has more blessings in it, and only, like, one monster and one villain/henchman, so I feel like it's fine. This is actually not a bad thing to pick up here. I get it on the nose. Nice. Because, Linny doesn't have any fight in her, so at least, you know... She, unlike Ezrin, doesn't mind this so much to use these crappy wands because she can always add her animal onto it to make it a bit better. So I'm going to hang on to it. It's an arcane thing, so she can never... Actually, she has a chance at recharging them thanks to her animal. Alright, I'm not going to discard the blessing to keep exploring because I feel like I was pushing my luck as it was. Alright, we got Swipe. Oh, that is an amazing card. So that can be used for combat, or... it can be used to automatically acquire a weapon, armor, or item. So if Ezrin encounters a magic weapon, armor, or item that he has like no chance of picking up, he can use that to get an extra exploration and acquire something good for his team. All right, that's nice because that's a piece of junk. So just like a free exploration sort of. And here we are at the waterfront. So it'd be nice if Ezrin could actually end this empty-handed somehow, because then he would basically avoid the closing requirement of the waterfront. Oh wow, this is a really good treasure card. This is a blessing that's used in Skull and Shackles. So in the next base set after this one, they got rid of a lot of these like single skill blessings and made it so that you could use anything on like dexterity or wisdom, rather than just having like a separate blessing for non-combat dexterity and then a separate blessing for non-combat wisdom. I like that a lot because it just makes the blessings more powerful, and there makes it fewer blessings to collect. Anyhow, this I have no chance of picking up. I don't really want to care about it that much, so we'll just let it be. Yeah, Harsk, I think, is my one character who's pretty much always going to be just exploring the one time. Alright, what do we got here? Door Spike. What are we looking at here? Dexterity, Wisdom, Perception. Okay, so he's got a decent shot at it, although not super great. Okay. Amiri. Choosing a... Oh, no! It's the Slashing Blade. Alright, so that now that card that Sela scouted does get shuffled away. And we gotta figure out where the hell Amiri's gonna go now, honestly. Because she's still not good at Dexterity or Acrobatics. She's not good at Charisma. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna double up with Harsk at the waterfront. It sucks that when you have multiple characters at the waterfront, because then they all have to discard a card at the end. Wait a minute, no! Oh, I'm an idiot. She's not good at this. Amiri's terrible at this. Dexterity. Yeah, no, she's just rolling a d6 to hit a 12. Nope, that was really, really stupid. I just messed up. No, nothing I can do. I'm gonna pass. There's no reason for her to even try that. Let me see if I can move Sela somewhere to do some useful scouting. Maybe to the Sandpoint Cathedral to know how safe it is for Linny to keep going. Yeah, we'll do this. So I'll drag Sela over. So Sela will do her scouting here at the start of her turn. And rest. Oh, that's a good spell. So that sucks. At least it's not getting banished. Well, it wasn't necessarily going to get banished, only if this location got chosen. But yeah, that's a good one. You pick a character, and that character draws 2 cards. Okay, so the Door Spike gets shuffled in at the waterfront. So now Harsk can continue going, and I guess she should just cure herself. She's got 5 cards in her discard. Let's see. Amiri's got 3. Linny's got 3. So yeah, Sela will just cure herself. And I want to see, by the way, if this will actually work correctly. So it's supposed to, if you target yourself, shuffle 1d4 plus 2 cards, because you get the +1, and then you also get 1 random card into your deck. So if you target yourself, you get both of those. So let's see this. Basically, well, we have to, I guess, see what gets rolled here. So 3 cards should get shuffled in on this minimum roll. Nope. Oh, there it is. There it is. Okay. Whew. It happened. All right, that's good. I'm gonna flip a card, try to recharge this major cure. The odds are still not great, but I feel like it's a low enough cost and it's a worthy enough spell. Man, if I had ever put a power feat into beefing up her thing, I would have gotten to keep the major cure. All right. Well, anyway, I don't actually want to stay here. I don't think. But although she is fine at closing the location, and she could get a blessing back from killing a monster. I could actually give Linny the flaming mace so that Linny can fight. Although now that Linny has the Wand of Force missiles and a Medusa mask, she's fine. No, we'll just screw it. Let's go back to whatever Sela was doing before at the cathedral. Yeah, she's got a blessing of the gods that she can banish. She's got weapons that she can use. Let's get through this place. Hey, look at that. All right, so here I think. Let me see if I can get greedy and just hello. Why is there no play button? There's no play button. Do I just have to drag it out to play it? All right, I guess we're doing that. So, let's see. We need to roll an 8 on these dice. I think Harsk should probably fire an arrow. He doesn't really need this Staff of Minor Healing yet. Oh man, this game just got bugged out. It's not giving me the buttons for anything. I don't know what caused that, but I guess we're going to be dragging all the cards now. So she needs a 6 on those 3 dice. The average expected result is 11.5, so it is bigger than 6. But I don't really see a reason not to just flip a card in here. Just to make sure that I get this, because it would suck to fail. Alright, we weren't going to fail, that's fine. I feel like I'm doing well enough that I don't see much of a reason not to play it safe. Let's go ahead and banish the blessing to close the location. Alright, so we haven't found the really... Oh no, we have! Amiri actually found the really terrible henchman. I need to recharge a card, then draw a card. I guess we'll recharge... Oh, the button's back. We'll recharge one of my weapons so I can draw another weapon. Doesn't matter if I draw because my turn's over anyhow. I could use her ability to bury one of these blessings and heal, but I don't see a point in doing that yet. Okay, so now it's Ezrin's turn. Merchant, nice, get a free explore at the Old Light. And Ezrin's got to go somewhere, so where the hell are you going to go, buddy? The waterfront? Well, let's see. He's not good at doing dexterity acrobatics. He's not good at charisma or diplomacy. He can kill bandit henchmen, though. It just sucks that Harsk is going to have to discard a card. Yeah, it sucks, but you gotta do what you gotta do. So we'll go here. I gotta really take care of those tough locations. What is this? Sagacity? Oh yeah, wisdom bonus, and then, moving someone. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm actually gonna do this. I'm gonna move Harsk over someplace, like there. So in case Ezrin does find the wizard, or sorry, the villain at this waterfront, Harsk can temp close that location. And on top of that, if Ezrin closes this location, then Harsk doesn't have to discard a card. So Stride is not a card that's in my deck normally. It's just something that I'm using. Wait, what? Wait, why doesn't? Oh, this wasn't highlighted. Something's definitely getting a little bit wacky with this fight. But yeah, this should have been highlighted because it was my first explore. Let's see. I could use web to put this at the bottom of the location deck, but in this scenario, that's not super great because in this particular scenario, there's always a chance this location will get shuffled, and the further that we go in this scenario, the more likely it is that any given location is chosen, because the scenario power, let me show it for you here so you can read it. The scenario power only targets open locations. It's not like other scenario powers where it targets a random location, so if it targets one that's closed, you avoid the downside. This one only picks open locations. So now that we've closed a bunch of locations, the waterfront's getting more and more likely to be picked. Putting things on the bottom of a deck is less and less useful, and the waterfront is a very high monster concentration. So what I'm going to do here is I am going to encounter this. We'll take the damage. I do have the Amulet of Life, which I can use to block the damage, and auto-recharge it. That does mean that if I encounter the villain now, I'm going to take the full damage, so hopefully my hand size will just be big enough that it's okay. And I'm not going to use Lightning Bolt here. I think we're going to just swipe this, because the waterfront, we seem not to have any weapons left or anything there, or I don't know if there's any weapons there to begin with. Yeah, so this auto succeeds because it reduces the difficulty by 3, and it makes me have my arcane skill, which is very high, so it's an auto kill. So now I can't auto pick things up, but it's fine because the waterfront just has the one item left in it now, and unless that was like a really good magic item, I don't care about it that much. Okay, let's see what's next up. Oh, Acid Arrow. This is actually really good. It's not a great spell or anything, but it's good to have it. because now if I find another monster, I can actually fight it. Let's go ahead and keep exploring here. Yethhound. So we're fighting some pretty basic monsters here. I'll use my Sage to explore since the intelligence and wisdom checks are not relevant. Oh, okay, I lost my chance to use my thing. Yeah, we'll encounter this. Actually, you know what? No, I'm gonna web it because this thing would make my checks harder for the rest of the turn. So I'll avoid that downside since I do plan to explore at least one more time. Now, I'm actually feeling pretty confident as Ezrin because I do have that Wand of Innervation, and now I also have Toxic Cloud. So if I do find something, I'll be able to take care of it, most likely. Alright, so we've... how many monsters have we killed from here? Ezrin just killed one, put one on the bottom. Did Harsk ever find a monster here? I don't know if he did. Explosive runes! Oh boy, that's a tough one. This is a really, really difficult barrier. The good news is Ezrin is one of the best equipped people to actually take it on because he has the arcane skill. I want to see if anyone has a blessing barrier or an intelligence barrier. Or, sorry, not blessing barrier. A barrier blessing. There's one, actually. I think I'm going to have Amiri use it. I need to drag it over. So I need a 6 on 3d12. That should be fine. There was also, someone had an intelligence blessing, which would have also given me 2 things. Alright, Ezrin cannot explore anymore unless he discards 2 cards. I could discard Invisibility, which I don't really want to use, and Sagacity, which is probably not that helpful here anymore. The problem then is if I do find the villain that makes me take a bunch of damage, I might end up without any cards in my hand, which would be bad. Yeah, we'll just keep it slow. I mean, I'm only at half the clock here, so I feel like I've got pretty good situation going on. I don't need to go crazy with the risks. Alright, let's activate the power, get a free exploration here from Scarnity Manor. Actually, that play's got like 3 cards cleared out of it, which is great. So she has the Crown of Charisma, so she needs to get over here. We need to take on these really difficult closing checks. Crown of Charisma really showing its usefulness. If you didn't have the character add-on deck, then you wouldn't have the Crown of Charisma in your game, because that is a single copy card, and it's not in the base set, it's only in the add-on. So it's it's a good reason to have the add-on deck. Anyway, this location I can bury or a boon or banish the card you encountered. Oh, you don't get to make any rolls normally. Interesting. You can only banish the card or bury a boon to get it. Well, I'm not going to bury any of my boons because my boons are all better than this thing, so we're just going to banish that Amulet of Fortitude. That's fine. And the Black Mirror Ranger seems a little bit weird because it's such a strong card, but I actually don't have the ability to make a ranged check right now, so I'm going to discard it to explore and just, you know, get a little bit of a move on here. Legion Armor. It's a legendary treasure card. Discard this card to add your wisdom die to your combat check. That's interesting. Recharge it to reduce damage by 3. It's combat damage. And banish this card to reduce all damage dealt to you. Oh, so it's got the standard heavy armor thing. But on top of that, you can discard it to get an extra die to your check. Now, Linny has a really good wisdom die, but she does not have an armor slot. I don't think it's worth the hassle to pass it over to her, or maybe it is. You know, I'm actually going to do this. We'll bury a boon. That's fine. There's no barriers here, so I don't need the Masterwork tools, so we'll just pick it up. Oh! Okay, wait a minute. Yeah, I see. It's not bury a boon and get it right away. It's bury a boon to even have a shot at it. Well, now we're pot committed, so I guess we're doing the Blessing of Norgr to get 2 dice. And anyone else got anything along those lines? Give me 2 dice. Spells, Blessing, Intelligence or Wisdom. Nope. I already used my Constitution one. But, well, alright. We'll have Amiri use a card. And we'll use the Intelligence Blessing. I mean, if I went all in here, oh wow, that, you know, if those dice had been inverted, I might not have picked that up. I don't know. Anyway, so I gotta make sure I don't use it as her because she would actually cause it to be banished. That would be very bad. Chime of Unlocking. Okay, good. This is really lucky that the Waterfront didn't turn up a monster, because if it had, then that Yethhound would have gotten shuffled out. Alright, she finds the giant. So I can either Medusa Mask this thing, or I can try to fight it. Well, let's go ahead and try to fight it. I think we have a pretty good shot at killing this thing, because let's just get some bonuses in. So Harsk, obviously, we don't need Thieves' Tools anymore. I don't think there's even any, like, barriers anywhere. So I need to roll a 12 on 46, or sorry, 6d4, which is 5, 10, 15. That's actually a little bit dicey. So we could get a little bit more help here. I think the Wand of Enervation is better to save for the villain. Same for Toxic Cloud. We could get 2 extra d4s with either the Blessing of Lamashtu or the Blessing of Gorham. And of course, Linny can discard a card to turn one of those d4s into a d10 so that any subsequent blessings are d10s. But I don't think I actually need that. I think I'm fine with just getting 2 extra d4s. Yeah, so now I'm rolling 7d4, which is like 5, 10, 15, 17 and a half to roll a 12 with very low variance. So this should be fine. Yeah. It's always going to come out real close when you're rolling the d4s, but it's fine because you're rolling so many of them. So Linny doesn't have the arcane skill, but she actually has a shot at recharging these arcane cards because she does get her animal to help. I need to banish a blessing of oh, I have to lose a blessing of Pharasma. Well, that's not good. But I'm not going to delay this just to try to keep a blessing of Pharasma. I could have delayed it. I could have not closed it and just kept going to get that restoration spell. I guess if you were playing really optimally, you could have, tried to go for that. All right, we get a blessing recharged. Let's go for the Norgorgorbergerber because I think picking up boons here is probably about the most relevant thing we can hope for. All right, Courtyard. Totally untouched. Has never been selected a single time for the scenario power. Let's take a quick look at the map. Just see what's going on. So we did a pretty good job closing locations. We just have the waterfront, which Ezrin, fine, I think is probably okay at. Then we got the manor, which Harsk has no chance at. And then, is everything else closed? Everything else is closed, so it's just these 3. Alright, so I guess Harsk is in the right place, because we do just have 13 turns left, which is a little bit risky. And Harsk, if Harsk is the one here, he only basically explores once per turn. So, like, that could actually be a problem because someone else is going to need to come over here to help him close this courtyard. Alright, so we have a Deathbane shield, which is not that great. He does have a chance to get it just because he has the random d12 for Constitution. Unfortunately, he rolls a 1, but it's not that big of a deal. Do I go again? I think I will because this Lamashtu is recharging right now since it matches the top blessing. So since it's a free explore, we'll do it. Before you act... Bye, Zaggy! Before you act, discard a random ally. When you encounter a monster, each character at this location must succeed at a Dexterity or Acrobatics 8 check or be dealt 1d4 combat damage. Jeez. Alright, well I guess since I'm going to lose this Black Arrow Ranger to the Trader, I might as well recharge him to give myself the bonus on this check. So it's pretty much auto-succeed. I'd have to roll a 1 on both of these to fail. And now we get to do the fight. So I will, I think, recharge this to make sure we don't screw it up. Yeah, that's an auto-succeed. I guess I could have tried revealing it and then using my Snakeskin Tunic and just relying on a high minimum bonus to get it. But I feel like going the safe way is alright here since I've got some pretty decent margin for failure. Okay, so this is another treasure chest card. It's from deck 3. So it's just a regular d8 plus 1. You can discard it for a d6. Oh, and if it's a villain, you get another d8. That actually seems pretty bad, because a d8 plus 1 is just so weak, and getting a bonus versus villains only doesn't seem good enough to justify having that. Alright, so now Amiri's up, and that's annoying. So the next card at the waterfront was a henchman, but because the scenario power found it, he's getting shuffled back in. So one thing I know now is that the waterfront has a henchman in it, which means what I could do is I could just keep Ezrin at the waterfront and just basically use him to close the location. The problem is, where's Amiri going if not the waterfront? At the courtyard, she's not going to be doing a good job getting those dexterity checks, and Harsk would be hurt. Actually, each character I see. So it's each character has to make the check, and if they fail, only they take damage. But still, she can't close the location. She can't close the Scarnity Manor either. What I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to go here. And the reason is that if there's basically a 50-50 chance that the villain's in here. So if she does find the villain, I can win the scenario right now. If she doesn't find the villain, then she kills the henchman, and that sucks. But there's only a few cards left in the location, so somebody could then, well, Mauricio would then just stick around and close the location the hard way. On top of that, Amiri can get out of here using her hero power at the end of her turn, so that Mauricio the rogue is left alone and can continue to use her backstab power. All right, so I think we're doing pretty good here. This is almost auto succeed unless I roll 2 1s, which is very unlikely. It's like a 1 in 96 chance or something, and that's all that she can do. All right, well, I'm gonna pass and I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna this is tough. I want to put her here in the courtyard so that I can get that scouting on the location. But the problem is, then on Harsk's turn, they're both going to be there and they're both going to be taking that damage. But you know what? I'm going to do it anyway, because I need to get Sela over here to get some scouting. And it's just, if everybody has to take some damage, that's fine. They all have armor. Well, Sela doesn't have any armor. But Harsk and Amiri both have armor. So we can suck up some damage and make sure this location closes. Oh yeah, that thing. Well, crud. So maybe I should have used the scenario. I should have used the scenario power first, because then if the scenario power had hit that wounded spear axe, it would have gotten banished. Now if the scenario hits this location, it's all gonna get shuffled in if it finds a monster. All right, found a monster at the waterfront, so it doesn't really change anything because that place was already shuffled. The question is, do I explore here or not? Sela's gonna get wrecked by that at this location ability, and she can't close the location either. So I hate going over here, because if she goes over here, then Mariziel is not going to be able to use her backstab because Sela's not going to get away. On the other hand, same logic from before applies, that if we find the villain, which is a 50% chance that we do, then we can just end the scenario right now. Amulet Frozen Fists. 1d6 in the magic and cold trait to your combat check. Not bad. This is an improved version of the Amulet of Mighty Fists from the base deck and the character add-on pack, which adds 1d4 in the magic trait. So here you're getting a d6 in the magic and cold traits. And that's interesting, but I'm not going to... man. I could bury, like, the Fox and auto-succeed at picking this thing up. But I'm just not 100% sure that I'm actually going to use this. It might be nice for Linny to have like a d6 for when she's fighting things bare-fisted. It seems the safer route, though, is just to let it be banished. But the more fun route is to bury a boon and try to pick this thing up. Yeah, note, of course, you cannot use any attack spells or weapons when you're using the Amulet of Frozen Fists, so it's sort of like a monk thing. But like the rogue and the gnome druid, Linny, they sometimes will want something that allows them to get a bonus to their combat checks when they don't have a weapon. All right, you know what? Fine, let's just play for fun. We're going to get rid of this fox. And roll. So it's not auto-succeed unless I flip my hero power. I had a 1 in 8 chance of failing there, so it was a little bit unnecessarily risky, perhaps. Okay, I think we gotta discard this sage to keep going, and just hope that 50-50 chance we find the villain. No, it's a henchman. All right, so Sela can make this check to close the location. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this. Harsk, and you shall receive. He doesn't actually need both of these these crossbows, so let's get rid of one of them. She needs to roll a 6. I think the most logical way to get there is just to flip one of her cards. Okay, so we got rid of the giant. We now 100% know for sure that the villain is in the other location, which kind of unfortunately was never targeted by the scenario power. So we're going to have to dig a little bit deep to get through there. Anybody got any charisma blessings for me? Nope. Okay, we really do have to close this. I mean, I could let the rogue clear out... hang on a minute. I could let the rogue clear out the last card and close it. That's taking one turn with the rogue. What's the last card? The last card is a monster of some kind, which the rogue will not be able to backstab. God, it's annoying. No, let's just get this done right now. So let's do a blessing from Linny and a blessing from Harsk. So this should be good enough on average. Yep. So it's closed. And, oh, we get some items. Look at that. As Sela, we'll even be able to know what the other item is, because one of them goes into our hand right now, and then the other one we can see. This is a treasure card item. Display this card. While displayed at 2d4 on the electricity trait to the character's combat checks. Oh, that's pretty sweet. So Arcane and Divine people can use it, and it can boost any single character's combat checks for a turn. So unlike like the Toxic Cloud type spells, which apply to everybody, this applies to just a single character, but it's a bigger bonus, and it's an item rather than a spell. That's pretty solid. That was actually a really good pickup. All right, Potion of Healing is good in the scenario you find it, but I am not torn up about not seeing it. So, Eloquence. Just in time. All right. So that deck's getting shuffled. Man, I really should have let that axe stay on top. The question is, what do you do as Ezrin? So, I could go over here and Augury, but if I do that, then I'm in a location I don't actually want to explore. I could Augury the waterfront, try to find the henchman. You know what? Let's just do that, I guess. So there's a 60% chance I find the henchman. I could actually explore once and then Augury, but then I can't explore again because I don't have any of my extra explore cards. Yeah, I'll just take the 60% chance here of finding the henchman right off the bat. Nope, nope. And alright, got 2 of the 3 monsters in here. Of course, it's very likely to all get shuffled up again if I don't find the henchman right now, but I still get a 1 in 3 chance to get the henchman here. And I have the ability to kill the henchman as well as the bandit henchman that I have to kill afterwards. Alright, got the Wand of Scorching Ray, which I'm not going to be able to draw into at all. Alright, there's the henchman. So they were right there at the very end. Ezrin is not going to be fighting the villain in this scenario, so I might as well use the Lightning Bolt. If the game will let me. Oh, I have to put it in the discard pile. Right. I'm definitely saving the Wand of Enervation because we're going to want that on the boss. So let's get rid of the Samison. Even though that could be used to help, it's a pretty good resource. So let's see, I need to roll an 8 on these 5 dice. That should be fine. So we kill this thing, then we're going to get the Bandit Henchman. Alright, there's no reason to use my... I was going to click on this thing to see what the next card was, but we already know it is a Wand of the Fire thing. Did I just fail to recharge my Lightning Storm? I totally did. Yeah, we're skipping the expanded spellbook, but thanks for trying to remind me. I do need to defeat this thing. I don't want to evade it. So let's get rid of the Horse Chopper, I think. I don't really need to use this. I have an Acid Arrow. And at the waterfront, you get a -1 to every die when you're using a weapon. So now I need to roll a 5. I think Harsk... yeah... No, hang on a minute. I don't want to use Harsk because I do want to use the Spyglass at his location to maximize the odds. Oh, I should have used this Orb of Storms. Well, now it's a bit late. You know what? Let's just do this the old-fashioned way. Let's just play a Blessing on it. It's fine. Make sure that Bandit goes down. So now we'll recharge the Acid Arrow, and for the Waterfront, we're going to have to discard a card, which is not a big deal because Ezrin does not need invisibility anymore. There's like no way he's ever going to need it, and I don't think anybody needs the Sagacity, so there's several different cards that could readily be discarded without any sort of consequences. Definitely want the Toxic Cloud. Definitely want Wand of Enervation. Sagacity, though, I think I want to actually voluntarily discard this card. I don't want the end of turn actions. Let's just discard a card, please. Thank you very much, game. So Toxic Cloud will help against both the villain's checks. Wand of Enervation will help against a tough check. Veil Tamros, unfortunately, only works on Ezrin himself. But that's fine. Alright, so we get 1 free Explore here at that, whatever the hell that location is, the really hard place. Alright, I don't think we're going to stick around for this Potion of Healing. So, basically, we did this like the absolute hardest way possible. One of the locations that we avoided is a really tough one. And, we're stuck having to go through it. What I'm going to do here with Ezrin, actually, is... I'm going to cast this Stride card. Oh, I don't have... Wait, Stride is... Oh, it's during your turn. Oh, no. I was hoping I could move somebody away from there so that they wouldn't take damage from Mauriziel finding monsters. But, alright. Well, Amiri and Harsk are just getting wrecked, I guess. Oh, boy. Harsk can absorb 1 of the hits. You know what? Why don't we use the Spyglass just to see what's ahead? Hey! It's the villain. Alright, well that's interesting. So now that I know it's the villain, I do have a little bit of time to prepare. Like, for example, Mauriziel doesn't really want to fight this thing because she has no weapons at the moment. Let's take a look at this villain. Taractinus. So, whoever encounters him has to have armor to be safe from the ranged damage. And um, oh, that damage would be dealt to everybody at the location. So we could do something like a Miri fighting that guy and just beast moding both of the attacks. She's got weapons she can discard. She's got an armor to take the damage, and she can bury a thing. Sela can give her an orb. I think we're just gonna do that. And then that means that for Mauricio, the only thing that really matters is having blessings. Although she's gonna take some damage because when that guy deals range damage at the beginning of the encounter, that is damage, and that will be dealt to everybody at the location as well. But I'm just gonna pass the turn here. This is fine. We'll discard one card. We'll discard the crown. We'll discard the Legion armor as well because it's useless. And we'll keep the others just to block some damage and try to get some blessings. Oh my god, I'm an idiot! Oh my god, I'm an idiot. I totally forgot about this. Oh my god, I'm so stupid. Of course, the villain's gonna get found and shuffled back in. Oh man. But Maurizio was not in any shape to fight that guy, so fuck. Alright, well, Linny... Goodness, that is like the worst location to have the villain pile up on, because when he's at that location, if everybody goes and pile drives that deck, then everybody ends up taking damage when they encounter monsters. I really don't want Linny to go there because she doesn't even have the ability to fight. You know what, though? We'll go there, whatever. She can Medusa Mask a monster, and if it's the villain, then at the start of the next turn, he's going to get shuffled in. Man, I really underestimated that scenario ability. Shit. Alright, so now everybody has to do this roll to avoid damage. Linny failed. So she's taken some damage. Oh god, I am just cocking this thing up. We'll use the Sahedron Medallion. And that divine checks work for it, so she auto succeeds at recharging it. And then Horsk needs to try to make this. We'll reveal it for a bonus. He's got a pretty decent shot. Otherwise, we'll just use the armor. Oh, man. One off. So I'm taking 1d4 combat damage. It's 1. Alright, so I guess it's not the end of the world. I got lucky there. I can just recharge this to block it. And then Amiri, she ain't gonna make it. But she's got 2 armors that she can use. So, she'll just use one of them to block it, and we just keep getting lucky here. Oh, she actually blocks it because it's combat damage. Nice. All right, so... Oh, Mauricio's here too. Oh, lovely. Well, she should make this unless she rolls a 1, obviously. She didn't. Okay, so now Linny gets to fight this thing. I think we just gotta kill it. Although, if I Medusa Mask, I could keep exploring and maybe find the villain. No, that's terrible. All right, we're gonna just inflict. Pop up one of our animals. I need to roll a 7. I could use Toxic Cloud. I could use these Orb of Storms. I think what makes more sense, though, is just to bury this for a couple extra and get the job done. Save up the thing for the big monster fight, because there's a really good chance that I'm going to be fighting that final villain under less than optimal circumstances, and I'm going to want all the help I can get. Okay, I'm not going to explore again with the toad or the cat. We're just going to pass. We got Aiden Fiery Weapon. Alright, so I'm hoping to get one of the boons left in here, because that would give me... What? Wait, what just happened? What? I didn't see anything come up. Did you see anything come up? Orb of Firestorm. Oh man, another one of these orbs. Well, it's a dicey call here. I can get like 3d6 to pick this thing up. I've already got 1 orb. I don't know if I need any more orbs. Alright, we're going for it. Hang on a minute. Oh, wait, what we can do is, hang on. If Linny plays Aid, then Maurizio plays the Pharasma. We're going to get 2d6s, so we're pretty likely to get this. And it was a bunch of really good rolls anyway. But, yeah, I guess we'll just go for it. These orbs, are they banished if you don't have the Arcane Divine Skills, or are they buried? Because, can you use this? Yeah, you bury it. You don't... Oh, no. If you don't have either the Arcane or Divine Skill, banish the card. Okay, so Harsk should not be using this. Got it. Okay, let's take a look at the scouting. No! Good! Oh, that's the worst. Oh, fuck, that's so bad. Because now, at the start of the turn, that's the only open location. Let me see this. Randomly choose an open location, reveal the top card. If it's a boon, banish it. If it's a bane, shuffle it back in. Yeah, that, even just the fact that that's the last location does not change the fact that that place should get shuffled. Well, that is a bug that benefits me. There have definitely been some bugs that unfavored me. Like, there have been bugs that caused me to lose really good cards, and that led to me having a worse deck, so that's fine. Bring me your fat, greedy merchants, and I'll spare your miserable life. Ignore me, and you'll burn in Dragonfire. My life is not yours to bargain with. Can we get to the fighting, or are you just going to stand there throwing rocks? Okay. Pretty good. Pretty good smack talk there. So, first we're going to take care of this shit. So this is fine. We're going to just fail this. Take some damage. I got the arrow catching study leather, which I think helps against ranged damage. So I'm only losing 2 because of my ability. Yeah, by 3 if it's ranged combat, so that's good. Okay, that was ranged combat damage, yes? Ranged combat damage. So, yeah, this is 3 if it's ranged combat damage. So it's only counting me as having gotten rid of 1 card. Wow, this is like one of those you had one job situations. Like, you had one job card, it was to be good against ranged combat damage. Otherwise, this is like a really, really crappy armor, and it doesn't even do that. Hilarious. Oh, no, that's not the villain. I'm sorry. This is 1d4 regular combat damage, because this is from the location. Oh, right, okay. Well, why don't we do this then, which does recharge to get rid of damage by 2. So, Amiri's ability to reduce even just plain old combat damage by 1 has actually been really helpful. Alright, I don't care if Mauricio fails this because she has the medallion to block the damage. And Linny, well, she doesn't really have anything good to contribute to this fight, so I don't care if she fails it because she can, even if she has to discard 4 cards, she can still keep the fiery weapon and it's fine. Harsk, he's got a Sahedron medallion, so I don't care if he fails it. But he succeeds. Now, if I understand correctly, this combat damage is going to get dealt to everybody. So now everybody's going to take 1 range combat damage, if I understand correctly. Now, she ignores it. Nope, that's not how it works. All right, cool. I don't know, it says damage dealt by the dude during the check is dealt to each character. So when he deals, 2 damage to everybody, it should, it should go to everyone. So he rolled a 2 on his d4. -1 made it 1. Amiri blocked the 1, but I should have still dealt 1 to everybody else, if I understand the rules correctly. So for the first thing, we're going to discard the Impaler of Thorns, because this will reduce all of the monster's difficulty checks by 2, so this one and the next one. And then we're going to go ahead and bury the armor to get some bonus. You know what? I made a mistake that I always make. I held stuff for too long. Now, she's got the divine skill, so she can use this. I just held stuff on for too long. It's just, this is going to be a wrecking ball, just a powerhouse. I should have actually hit Toxic Cloud before exploring. Then I could have also played Strength on it. I don't even know if I need any of this stuff, but whatever. Just throwing it all out there. I don't want to use the Orb of Firestorm with Harsk, though, because if I do, it'll get banished permanently. So, blah, bitty, blah. And let's reach. I don't know why I'm bothering to recharge that. It really doesn't make a difference at this particular juncture. So now she can discard this one, bury this one. Ezrin can give +3 with the strength and plus crazy with the Wand of Enervation. Oh, for fuck's sake, I forgot. I think there was a bug when Wand of Enervation first came out that you have to do it first or something, or else it fucks everything up. Yep. So basically, the Wand of Enervation has to be done first because it involves a roll in the middle of things, but it looks like they fixed it by basically undoing everything else. Or maybe not. Scylla, oh, the orb is sitting in front of her. But anyway, this thing has a 13 difficulty after all the decreases, down from 22, and I have a +11 with like 6 dice, so we're good. Alright, well everybody, thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please like and or subscribe. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, great. Yeah. Oh, and now let me just tell you about my boss and all of his plans. Okay, thanks for letting me know. Oh man, there's a lot of dialogue here. Valley of the Black Tower. Man, this guy is really just telling me everything. Thanks, dude. Really appreciate it. You could have just, like, died or run away or something, but instead you stuck around to give us a bunch of plot. Thanks. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Please like and or subscribe if you did, and if you want to stick around to see the rewards and do the deck building after the scenario, well, that is what's happening right now. Okay, so now everybody gets the last power feat for a while, so you really want to think carefully how you use this. You get a power feat at the end of Adventure 3, and then the very first scenario of Adventure 4, you get another power feat, but after that it kind of slows down. Now, Mary's got some decent choices, so definitely going from hand size 5 to 6 isn't bad. But I'm going to grab this thick skin because there's just a lot of stuff out there that deals random damage. And it's really good to be able to resist one of it. Sela, I think... I think I want to just increase her hand size. It is really tempting to beef up her Inspired Grace so that she gets an extra +1 whenever she flips a card. That's not bad either, though I don't have that many Blessings of Iomade, so she's got really, really good stuff. But I just like hand size for fighters. It just really smooths things out, especially if they don't have weapon as their favorite card. Just makes it much more likely to get a good start. Alright, for Ezrin, he's already maxed out his hand size, and his roll card is unfortunately one of the crappier ones in the game. There's just not that much good stuff here. So you remember you can get bonus to finding spells, you can get a bonus to, you can spend 3 power feeds to eventually get a +2 to some, but not all of your combat checks. And you can also beef up your recovery. So I guess we'll just do this. I don't know. The bonus to collecting spells is certainly fun because it increases your odds of picking up valuable spells and getting free extra turns. But if you ever find a really valuable spell in a 6-player party, somebody will have a blessing to help you pick it up. So it's really only for like helping him pick up crappy spells to get the extra explorations. I think we'll just get this to increase his checks to recharge cards. For Mariziel, certainly it's not... Wait, why does she have armor proficiency? Are you kidding me? She has... Oh, no, she started with it. Whew. Yeah, weapon proficiency is good in a small party, but in a big party, I don't think it's as good. I just forgot all this stuff here. What is this? Oh, yeah, this thing. I'm definitely taking that. So when you play a blessing to add to your dexterity check, any blessing, you recharge it instead of discarding it. It's really strong. Increasing our hand size is also very strong, so I'll do that maybe next time. But right now, just being able to beef up all of my dexterity checks on command is really sweet. For Linny, we're going to keep it pretty simple. I'm just going to... see, we can get 2 more levels of this. Yeah, we'll just take +1 to all of our checks when we reveal an animal. And then for Harsk, I took the thing, right? I took the thing where he can recharge his weapons. Yeah, we're gonna do that. So what is this? Oh yeah, this, I think, I don't know, I forgot all this stuff, but I think the most important thing is just to get hand size, and we'll look closely at the other power feats later on. Okay, so that's it for the scenario reward. Now we gotta do our deck building. So the Veterinarian kit is just garbage. I want to permanently delete that card from my vault. I gotta really think about the Amulet of Frozen Fists and the Orb of Storms to see if they can fit somewhere. Fox, I think, might actually fit into Linny's deck. Alright, so Ezrin. You need to get rid of Stride. Sagacity. Oh man, that is a good one. I really like that as a buff. I'm just not 100% sure I can find something in my deck to get rid of for it. Maybe the invisibility? Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to take that path. I picked the other roll card. This is just evading a monster. On the other hand, this does let you make stealth checks, whereas Web, while it lets you put the monster on the bottom of the deck, runs out of utility because eventually things start to get too big for Web to use. You know what, I'm just going to wean myself off of Web right now, just so I don't have to make that painful adjustment later on. What do you have? Oh, you have the Legion armor. Okay, this is heavy armor, so we need to give it to Sela. I guess we'll get rid of the Elven Breastplate. That seems to be the crappiest one she has. We'll see if this is actually any good or not. Linny also... Let's see. Let's get rid of this Blessing of the Gods. Oh, no, wait. That's the wrong screen. Wand of Force Missile. I don't think that's good, because we've got these orbs here. I think it's going to be tough to find spots for them. In fact, I really want, like, the Sahedron Medallion and the Medusa Mask for her. So fitting in either the Amulet of Frozen Fist or the Orb is going to be tough. I'm hoping Mariziel has some crappy items. Yeah, she's got Thieves' Tools. That's definitely not worth keeping. So Mariziel can't take the Orb. She doesn't have the skills. So she can take the Amulet of Frozen Fists. Oh, wait, but then she has to get rid of the Amulet of Mighty Fist, because having them both is pretty shitty. Yeah, that sucks. I might just have to put these Thieves' Tools back for the time being. What does Ezrin have for items? Oh, yeah, fuck this Wand of Scorching Ray. Alright, so he's definitely taking an Orb of Storm, so at least we found a home for that. Wasn't there also an Orb of Fire? Harsk has the Orb of Fire. Alright, so we have the Samison, which I don't think is worth keeping. Unfortunately, I don't think there's anything good enough for Harsk to take, because he can't use this because he doesn't have the Arcane or Divine skill. Okay, So what is left here? Linny has one too many spells. We're gonna get rid of the slash. It's not that good. Does she have anything totally junky? Oh, she has the fire weapon, which is basically the same thing. Fine, I'll keep the slash because it's fun. Acid, you know, is cooler. I don't know. And then Sela needs a blessing. Oh, we actually don't have any blessings. All right, so let me just go to view all real quick. So no one has this Orb of Firestorm. Well, can Ezrin take another card? Shoot. He'd have to get rid of something very strong to pick it up. So Sela doesn't have any items. The only other Arcane Divine character is Linny, so I'd have to get rid of either the Medallion for her or the Medusa Mask to carry this orb. This is a really crushing time to not have an extra card feat, because Linny, if she could take an extra item feat, it would be really great to hang on to that orb. What I'm going to do here, Mauricio's never going to need these Thieves' Tools. She's just going to hang on to the orb and not use it. And she'll just recharge it for backstabs or discard it for backstabs. And then that way, when Linny does get her next card feat, she'll be able to pick that thing up. Okay, everything else I'm pretty happy to junk. So that is it. Did they finally fix the bug that lets you... Oh, they finally fixed it! Yes, so I can actually take any blessing from 2 decks ago or better. Let's take a Blessing of Iomedae and start collecting these so that she can eventually take that one power feat that lets her recharge that blessing instead of discarding it. All right, everybody, we're done for real now. Take care, and I'll see you next time.